where I believe it struggles today is if you were talking, large architecture driven code sets, it becomes difficult to maintain that completely in vibe coding. However, if you want to build a module or a piece of it or spin up a prototype, it's incredibly awesome at that. And so I do think that the SystemL 2.0, kind of moving more into that programmatic language, I do think adds some advantages that AI might be able to leverage those types of things, much like you could vibe code today. A small Python program, you could vibe code your system model and spit that out really quick, removing that barrier of entry. And so I don't know. I hope that the future leads to you're empowering each individual engineer to become more of that systems engineer. And so with the leverage of an AI companion, something like that, now you're removing that barrier of entry of
Yeah.
something that's complex like MBSE, and you're asking it questions. And again, it's really just increasing that ability to iterate faster. It is powerful from the documentation method that we have here because you can feed that in. And then you can ask a chat bot, what happened in this documentation? What changed? What do I need to watch out for? Here's the change I'm imagining I'm going to take. And it can dump out the answer. And so your chatbots, I think, are an incredible, and Guy hit on this, a different UI than we've ever had.
Yeah.
Always had to drag things, click things, but now you're really just having an open conversation like you would with another employee that happens to know everything about everything. And so it's an interesting world where we're going to go. I think there's a lot of promise there. There's a lot of questions. So I think it's hopeful. We were talking about this too. It's interesting timing that 2.0 came out right around this time that AI is really picking up. And so it might be a really good timing for, leveraging those two together to really amplify the work that every engineer's doing.
I'd like to add another key factor here is the data that we have to train. System engineering is one of the company's most secret and proprietary information. So there are not enough models who have been trained on that. And I think that the introduction of AI will create advantage to more of big companies who has a knowledge database. And I think it will allow this company to excel more if they're smart enough to jump on the train now and use that. At least that's what I see. And again, when I mentioned that my models currently are not focused, not giving me coherent answers, is because they were not trained on the right data. And that's it. That's, I think, the key here. And if we'll find the right data models for system engineering and there is a company will selling that, I think it will be like a gold mine. But right now, not enough companies are willing to share their secret sauce because system engineering is the secret sauce.
A lot of nodding heads. That's really interesting. Love that.